Hello everyone, welcome to Anime No Me, and thank you for joining us for another One Piece video. The origin and meaning of the surname D remains a very big secret within our story of One Piece, and it's a secret that could bring great revelations when finally explained in this final saga of One Piece. Now, while we don't have the answer, we do have some clues about the meaning of this mysterious middle name. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the possible meaning of this initial D, and what the connection of the D clan have with the world nobles, and even with Imu-sama. But before we dive into the video, if you're new to the channel, or even if you've watched a bunch of our videos, we'd be absolutely honored if you'd leave us a like, and even subscribe, and maybe leave us a comment letting us know what you thought of the video. It really helps us out, especially with that old YouTube algorithm, and it keeps motivating us to make more content. And if you'd like to help out the channel in a bigger way, consider sharing this video or another one of your favorites with a friend. Well, without further ado, let's get into the video. So my friends, behind the scenes of the history of the world of One Piece, there has been an enigmatic figure who has been responsible for manipulating events and controlling the puppets of power. And this figure is known as Imu, or Imu-sama. Very little is actually known about Imu, but their subtle presence has influenced the course of the world since time immemorial. And one of their greatest achievements is the creation of the World Government, a secret organization that exerts its occult control over governments as well as other institutions. This mysterious being, Imu, has a true identity that remains shrouded in secrecy, and they've used the World Government as their vehicle to manipulate the world to their own needs. But through this world-famous organization that has control over the entire world, Imu has exerted subtle and indirect influence over rulers, institutions, and even the world nobles themselves, the ruling elite who govern the world's seas. Due to some of the details that have come out in more recent chapters, the world government may have actually been created by Imu as an instrument of control. So this shadowy organization has infiltrated every corner of society, extending its invisible lines of control even to the world nobles, and possesses virtually complete control over the entire world without anyone really noticing. Through meticulously planned strategies as well as the manipulation of information, Imu has influenced the decisions and actions of those in power, and they are responsible for commanding the Gorosei, exercising his will through them. And this is exactly how Imu has managed to keep the great secrets of the past hidden from the rest of the world. Now, primarily, it's been in restricting research about anything regarding the Ancient Kingdom or even events from the Void Century, but mainly it's regarding those that carry the initial D in their names. And these are extremely important people, but we currently don't know the value of what that initial carries with these individuals. The D clan, also known as the Bringers of Will, are descendants of a special bloodline with unique and powerful abilities. However, Imu has managed to vilify this family over the centuries, painting them as a threat to the order established by the world nobles. Through false narratives and carefully planned events, Imu has ensured that the D clan were seen as demonic threats, being people who needed to be eliminated at all costs. This constant defamation was intended to preserve the control and stability of the status held by the world nobles, whose power and wealth were sustained by a system of oppression and exploitation on the world. By demonizing those that carry the initial D, Imu has diverted attention from the true enemy, keeping the elite in power, ensuring his own indirect influence over all of them. However, not everyone in the world has been deceived. Some people have noticed Imu's power plays and began to question the narrative that painted the D as enemies. Now, a brave few have sought out the truth, unraveling the lies and exposing the manipulation behind the initial D's reputation as demons. One of these groups of people were the archaeologists of Ohara, and for a long time they began to unravel the poneglyphs in search of the truth. However, upon being discovered by the world government, all of them had their lives taken away through a buster call, leaving only Nico Robin as the sole survivor of this legacy. So Imu-sama continues to operate from the shadows, manipulating the world through the world government, and their subtle influence and ability to shape perceptions are formidable manipulation maneuvers. And the battle to expose their manipulation and free the D clan from the impression imposed by the world nobles has been an arduous task, probably for centuries. And as long as Imu-sama remains in power, the world will continue to be controlled by an occult force, and the truth about the D clan will be continued to be distorted. Now, only through courage and determination of those who are willing to stand up against this manipulation can the truth be revealed and bring justice to those who have been wrongly labeled as demons. The various ideas about who the D clan are in One Piece has been an intriguing and complex mystery, and it leads us to question the hidden connections between the characters and the events that have shaped the world of the series. Now, based on the information provided and some of the clues suggested throughout our story, we can expand on this idea by adding more details as well as a little bit of speculation. The D clan, despite not sharing a direct bloodline, have an invisible tie that unites them and seems to connect them to a great objective of nearly cosmic importance. This mysterious bond may may be deeply rooted in the ancient kingdom that existed so many years ago during that void century, that dark period that occurred over 800 years ago. This ancient kingdom, whose name remains unknown to this day, represents an enigma wrapped in secrets closely guarded by the world government. Now, the archaeologists from Ohara, in their search for the truth, uncovered the name of this kingdom, only to have their lives brutally snuffed out by the world government, who sought to once again cover up this pivotal information. This drastic and desperate action reinforces the idea that the name of the kingdom is of extreme importance and may even contain secrets capable of shaking the known world, bringing about the true origin of those who carry the initial D in their names. So this idea proposes that the D clan are direct descendants of the founders from this ancient kingdom, carrying in their names the legacy and responsibility of realizing a great purpose. They're bearers of a special and powerful bloodline, which dates back to the heyday of the ancient kingdom. And this bloodline seems to transcend more than just genetic inheritance, and rather carries with it a spiritual legacy and a deep connection to the will of the world. Now, during the Void Century, a coalition of powerful kingdoms came together to destroy this great kingdom, and this alliance became known as the World Government. Now, the motives behind this action are still quite unknown, but it can be speculated that the ancient kingdom posed a threat to the balance of power and the interests of these 20 rulers. Now, with regard to Imu-sama, they could likely be the founder of the world government and one of the most enigmatic characters in the series, and they have played a key role in defaming the former rulers of that ancient kingdom, being possibly responsible for uniting the kingdoms to destroy this great ancient kingdom that belonged to the D clan. But by calling the D clan demons and raising the current rulers as gods, meaning the celestial dragons, Imu created a narrative that erased the collective memory of the ancient kingdom as well as the D clan, and the goal was to suppress any resistance or questioning regarding the rule established by the world government. However, the truth behind the ancient kingdom and the D clan is still hidden in the shadows, and the quest to reveal this truth and rescue the D clan heritage is something that will probably happen very soon. And through encounters, battles, and discoveries, the story unfolds towards the final revelation of the secrets surrounding the D clan, as well as what could be the fate of the world. The D clan are key players in an epic battle between the ancient union of families bearing the surname of D and those that are currently called the Celestial Dragons, and the confrontation between these two forces will completely change the world of One Piece. One speculation is that as our story continues to unfold, those who carry the initial D in their names will begin to understand this mysterious name that they carry, especially Monkey D. Luffy, who is extremely intertwined with this great mystery. Together with Nico Robin and his companions, they're going to seek and unravel the truth behind this great mystery, and in this way, they will have managed to restore the D's reputation, inheritance, as well as the purpose of this very initial. This journey and the search for the truth about the ancient kingdom and its destiny are extremely important elements for the story of One Piece. And as mysteries are unraveled and those connections revealed, we can expect exciting twists and epic clashes between the D clan and those who seek to maintain the status quo. The speculation about who the D clan are makes plenty of room for exploring themes such as oppression, the struggle for freedom, and the power of will that is passed on by the bearers of this surname. And as we are in this final arc of One Piece, the truth about the D clan, the ancient kingdom, and its final fate will be revealed very soon. And the battle between the world government and the D clan will have to culminate in this epic confrontation, where the destinies of the world will be decided and long-kept secrets will come to light. And it will be at that moment that we will finally understand the importance and legacy of the D clan, unraveling one of the greatest mysteries in all the story of One Piece. And in this way, we will finally have a great change in the world of One Piece, where the D clan will again be recognized as those responsible for achieving peace that was taken away by the world government so many centuries ago. And it won't only be just that, it may also make it possible for the whole world to actually live again without fear that some great tragedy or thing might happen. All the kingdoms could be united again without fearing that the world government will do something against them, enslave them, or hold them under their boot, as they have done for so long. So with all that said, my friends, we'd now love to know what you think about it. First of all, what do you think the initial D stands for? There have been a lot of speculations and discussions throughout the One Piece community, but what do you personally think it means? And how does it relate to the ancient kingdom, to Imu-sama, and the world government as a whole? Secondly, what do you think the connection is between Imu-sama, Joy Boy, and the D clan? And also, let's bring Zunisha into this, because we know that the Great Elephant committed some great crime and was sentenced to walk the earth Earth for eternity until Joy Boy returned. So what did Imu-sama do or make Zunisha do? How do you think those all connect? And finally, what do you think the clash between the D-Clan and the world government will culminate as? Will it be this great battle? And what do you think will be the greatest moment that shows that the world government has finally fallen? Let us know what you think about all that in the comments below. So as we wrap up our video today, we'd like to thank you all so much for watching, especially those of you who've made it here to the very end. Be sure to comment on any themes or ideas that you'd like to see in future videos. And also, since you made it this far, give us a like and hit that subscribe button before you head out to take on the rest of your day. I look forward to seeing you all in our next video. Let's keep sailing this giant sea together. Take care.